Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 320 of Screw the Commute podcast. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to chase your prospects all over the internet. Kind of, I don't know, like a nice stalker. We're going to cover the topic of retargeting. Now, I hope you didn't miss episode 319. Yeah, I love online marketing. Been immersed in it for 26 years now, since the commercial internet started. But I was in formal business 18 years before that, when there was no online marketing. In that episode, 319, I talked about offline marketing. And if you master both online and offline marketing, hey, you can rule the world. All right, how would you like to hear your own voice here on Screw the Commute? Well, if the show has helped you out at all in your business or given you ideas to help you start a business, we want to hear about it. Check screwthecommute.com and then look for a little blue sidebar that says send a voicemail. Click on it and talk into your phone or computer and tell us how the show's helped you. Also put your website in there and you can get a big shout out in front of thousands of people. How about that, in your own voice? Now, we give you a big freebie for listening to the show. It's an automation book that's helped me reach around the world lightning fast with 150,000 subscribers we've had and 40,000 customers. So you can use these techniques to just grab business off of people that are too slow to get back to the prospects, and you grab them all up because you're moving lightning fast because of these automation techniques. So check it out at screwthecommute.com/automate free. And while you're at it, grab a copy of our podcast app at screwthecommute.com/app. That's APP. We've got instructions on how to use it. You can download it and take us with you on the road. All right, I know everybody's still freaking out about this pandemic, but we're not here at my company because we're all working remotely. I have been working remotely for 26 years. So people call and ask me, am I okay? Well, yeah, I'm the same as I've been forever, pretty much. And I've been preaching this as an insurance policy for you and your family. If you have the ability to sell online or to service people online or both, you can rule the world. Listen, every business on earth needs these hardcore skills that we teach in my school and my mentor program. So we have students making money before they even get in a couple months into the course. So check my school out at imtcva.org. It's the best investment in a school you could ever make if you want a real career. Yeah, you could be a plumber, you could be a welder, all of those are great. But again, all of that stuff went kaplooey when the pandemic hit. So the internet stuff is working all the time. So check it out at imtcva.org. Think about giving it as a gift to a child or a grandchild or a nephew or niece rather than giving them money that they're going to blow on partying. So check it out at imtcva.org and give me a call and we can discuss it. All right, let's get to the main event. Did you ever look at something online and then ads for that product started showing up all over the place? Did you ever read a blog posting or watch a video and then ads related to that blog posting or video started showing up all over the place? That's called retargeting. Sometimes people call it remarketing, which isn't exactly the right terminology, but who cares? When you hear what the power of this technique, you'll say, wow, I don't care what we call it, let's do it. Remarketing is actually something different. But anyway, retargeting is where you advertise to people in places away from your website who have already shown interest in a product or service because of their actions online. This is called behavioral marketing. And yeah, it would be great if people visited your stuff and instantly bought, but things usually don't work that way. And some studies say only 2% of visitors purchase on the first visit. That means 98% of your visitors go bye-bye, and most people just wave at them as they leave, all right? Well, this episode is going to tell you what to do to reach that 98% and turn some of them into customers, which can mean a lot more money to your bottom line. This is a very powerful advertising method. And even if you aren't ready to advertise, you need to do something to your websites, which I will explain here, to get ready to advertise in the future. Before I get into that, I got to tell you about this thing. I had to buy a bra one time online off Amazon. Okay, now don't ask me why I had to buy a bra. It wasn't for me. All right. The people say, well, Tom, you're losing weight. How much you want to lose? I say, well, I just want to get down to a B cup. Anyway, I got to buy a bra. So bra ads start following me around the internet for months after that. So that's what retargeting is about. Sometimes it's a little goofy. All right, let's talk about pixeling people. Well, many of you are familiar with cookies. You've at least heard of them, and many websites now make you accept the fact that they use cookies. They say, we use cookies. Is that okay with you? Yeah, you click accept. I pretty much allow it because it makes my life easier. The next time I come back to a site, it kind of remembers me. Maybe it remembers my username, so I don't have to remember or go look it up somewhere. At any rate, a cookie is installed in my browser when I visit a website. That's the basic idea. You go somewhere on the web and something is installed in your browser. So when you come back, you're recognized. That's the whole thing. All right. Now, in this case, it's a special piece of code called a pixel, P-I-X-E-L. This special piece of code tells you when someone has looked at one of your products or services or even read one of your blog posts or watched one of your videos. And the whole reason we want to pixel that person is so we can advertise back to that person other places around the web so they don't forget about us. And then they'll click through and buy something. Now, different advertising systems like Facebook and Google and many others give you the piece of code to put on all the pages of your website so that when someone lands on a page, they get pixeled, just like they get cookied. Now, it's your job to install this piece of code on every single page of your website so that whatever someone does on your site or sites, or wherever they go on your site or sites, you will pixel them. Now, let me give you an example. Let's say you made a really good blog posting about customer service. And let's say 1,200 people landed on that blog posting. You have just pixeled 1,200 people. Now, if you were using a Facebook pixel, you can go into your ad manager in Facebook and you will see what is called an audience. You created an audience with 1,200 people in that audience, and you know that they visited that page. It actually lists it right there in your ad manager of what page was seen 1,200 times, and it pixeled all these people. Now, you don't know their names or anything about them other than the fact they hit your customer service blog posting. Now, we don't know if they read it all. I mean, you could get a better handle on how long most of those people stayed on your blog posting if you have Google Analytics. It'll tell you the time on the page, the average time, and you can kind of estimate, well, how much did an average person read of my blog posting? But at any rate, we do know they are interested in customer service because they were on that page no matter how long they stayed. So now you can create an ad specifically targeted to those exact 1,200 people that have already shown interest in customer service. Now, when you create a targeted ad to people like that, your conversion rate is usually higher, which means conversion rate means more people clicked on your ad. And the higher your conversion rate is, the cheaper Facebook will charge you for the ad. This is very common on most advertising systems. That's just the way it works. See, they reward you with cheaper ads if you make a really good ad that gets lots of people to click on it. All right, now you can have many different ad service pixels on your pages, and they don't really conflict. They're just creating audiences for you in all those different services when people land on your pages. So you want to consider all the places you want to advertise and see if they have pixel codes to give you. Facebook and Google do for sure, and a lot of other services, LinkedIn, everything starts to follow them. So at the time of this recording, you just have to check to see, or the time you're listening to this recording, you just have to check to see if the different places you want to advertise give you these pixels. So these pixels can be pasted into the code on all your pages. Now, if you have WordPress, there are plugins that will allow you to put the code in one place, and it will automatically be inserted into all your pages. Even if you make a new page later, boom, the code will get inserted. And when I say all your pages, I'm talking all your pages. Thank you pages, blog posting pages, article pages, sales letters, pretty much everywhere. And now I'm going to tell you why, with a continuation of our example, how you use these things. All right, so let's say you advertised a customer service product to those 1,200 people. All right, we had 1,200 people look at the blog posting, we pixeled them, we created an ad to target those 1,200 people. And let's say 150 people bought your customer service product. In that case, they went through your shopping cart, and then they got a thank you page after they paid. Well, guess what? They got the thank you page pixel when they hit the thank you page. And the only people that would get that pixel are the ones that bought. So now you know the people that bought, and you can advertise back to them. All right, but you can also do some other cool things. So check this out. So 150 of those people got the thank you page pixel after they bought. So do you think it's a good idea, if you're going to put out another ad for the same product, to advertise to the people that already bought? Of course not. They already have it. So you would be hurting your conversion rate, because those 150 people are not going to click on an ad for a product they already bought, right? So your ad costs are going to go up because your conversion rate is going to go down. Okay? Remember, the higher the conversion rate, the cheaper the ad is, and the lower the conversion rate, the more expensive the ad is. So what do you do in this situation? You want to put an ad out to your audience again. This is an audience. That's what they call it when they've been pixeled from a certain page. That's an audience from that blog posting page. But now you have an audience of people that bought from the thank you page. So they're actually on both pages. So if you went to advertise back to the original 1,200, now you are advertising to people that already bought, those 150. So we don't want that. So what do? Well, you can tell Facebook to advertise to the blog posting audience, which we know started out at 1,200 people, but don't advertise. In other words, subtract the 150 people who got that thank you page pixel. So it'd be 1,200 pixels minus 150 pixels means that your ad only goes to 1,050 people instead of 1,200. That way you won't annoy those people that already bought, and your ads can be cheaper because your conversion rate should be higher. Now, you can only push this so far, because if you continue to advertise the same product to that same audience, they're going to get tired of the ad, and your conversion rates will start to decline rapidly. All right, so what do? Well, one thing you can do is make a new ad, okay, that they haven't seen before, and try to hit the same audience to get them. Maybe the first ad didn't connect with 700 people, and you make a new ad, and all of a sudden those 700 people say, "Oh, wow, well, let me check this out." See, so what's one thing you can do is make more than one ad. There's the first thing. Now, the other thing you can do requires we add a little bit to our example, our customer service blog posting example that we're going through here. Now, as you are doing your ads, more and more people may be landing on your blog posting page. So let's say you're up to 2,400 people, which have now seen your blog posting and been pixeled. Well, you can run your first ad again, but tell Facebook to only run it to people who have hit the page after a certain date. So the original ad hasn't been seen by the new 1,200 people in that audience, so it would be fresh to them. All right, so I know you might have to listen to this episode a couple times to get this concept, but when you do, wow, your ad costs will go down, your conversion rates will go up. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. You'll make more sales because these people have already shown interest, and you're only advertising to people that have proven that they've shown interest in your product, service, blog posting, whatever it is. All right, now let's take it a step further. I'm going to show you one of the most cool features of advertising. I think Facebook invented this, I'm not sure. So it's called lookalike audiences. And before I get into that, I want to tell you about my mentor program that'll teach you how to do all this stuff. In fact, we are one-on-one here in our training. So when you're with us, you have a whole team of people that's going to one-on-one tutor you to do all this stuff. Because, there's a million things going on in the internet world. And it's like, I say it's like a jigsaw puzzle, but you don't have the box to see what the final picture. You just see all these pieces, shopping carts, social media sites, YouTube, all these things that every one of them has a very steep learning curve. And if you try to do it on your own, you'll be sitting here in 26 years like me. All right. So we cut that learning curve. And I mean, the fastest way to learn is have somebody tutor you and show you exactly what to do. So that's what our program is all about. It's the longest running, most unique ever on the internet. You can check out the details at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com. And what makes it unique is several things. One of the big things is guys at my level and women at my level were charging $50,000 or $100,000 up front to teach you this stuff. Well, I turned the world on its head back 20 years ago and said, no, that's ridiculous. And these people, a lot of them are ripoffs. You're just going to pay an entry fee, and then I'm going to get a commission on what I help you sell online, or however, if I help you get more speaking engagements or whatever it is, but my commission is capped. So for me to get my $50,000, you have to make $200,000 net. Well, people just loved this, and 1,700 students later, the program's still going strong. So that's the nature of it. Other unique things is you spend an immersion weekend here at my retreat center. Of course, you have to wait till the pandemic's over, but we don't even let people come till they study for about 4 months online with us so that they're not deer in the headlights. And we shoot you in our TV studio, and there's all kinds of good stuff. So check it out at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com. And also, another great feature is you get a scholarship to our school. It's the only licensed dedicated internet marketing and digital marketing school in the country. So you get a scholarship to that you can use yourself if you like to really be structured in your training rather than, hit it fast and do not pass go in the mentor program. Or you can gift it to somebody. And we've had people gift it to their kids and that are making money now, where they were, the one guy spent $80,000 on his daughter's education, and she's working some crap job. So now she's making $6,000 a month as a side hustle, on doing this. So this stuff is possible. And we're certified to operate by SHEV, the State Council on Higher Education in Virginia. Like I said, we're the only one that has gone through this scrutiny. So check it out. GreatInternetMarketingTraining.com for my mentor program and imtcva.org for the school. It'll all be in the show notes. All right, let's get into this really, really cool, powerful thing that Facebook, I believe, invented. I'm not sure, but I think they were the first one doing it. So this is called lookalike audiences. Now, this isn't technically retargeting, but it's so cool, I just had to tell you about it. So let's say you end up over time with maybe 500 or 1,000 customers for your product. You can tell Facebook to look at the profiles of those customers, and Facebook can go out and find, I think, up to 2 million other people on Facebook that are similar to your customers and make an audience of them that you can advertise to. Okay, so it's just crazy powerful. And as you advertise more and more and get more sales, Facebook gets more and more accurate finding people that look just like your customers. I mean, it's just amazing. Now, you can upload subscriber lists. If you want more subscribers, they'll go out and find people that subscribe to your kind of stuff. You can upload phone numbers, email addresses, and like magic, Facebook or any other service that has this that offers lookalike audiences will go out and find people for you. It's just crazy. All right, so that's retargeting, and I threw in a little bonus on the lookalike audiences, but very powerful way if you're going to advertise to keep your costs low, not annoy people with ads of things they've already bought. It's just amazing. All you've got to do for now is get with a geek, and of course we'll help you with this. If you're in my programs, we'll help pretty much do it for you. You'll have to get those pixels, sign up for ad accounts at wherever you plan on advertising. Google and Facebook would be a good place to start because Google owns YouTube, and YouTube has some of the best bargains for paid ads. So do that, get the pixels installed, and then these audiences will start gaining in the background. Won't cost you a nickel other than getting a geek to do it for you, or if you're in our program. But if you're technical, you can do it yourself. Just figure it out and figure out how to put it in the code. Just don't bring your website down accidentally and then blame me for it. Okay. All right, so that's retargeting. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We'll catch you all in the next episode. See you later.